Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison Cruz, and welcome back to the Foaming Lakes of Hey Pikmin, where last time we finished off Sector 1, aka the Brilliant Garden, and it was quite brilliant indeed, because now we're heading into the dredgy, disgusting swamps of the lakes, and these levels are where it starts getting a little bit annoying taking care of your Pikmin and making sure they follow you, so you better be paying attention and hope that, they don't do anything stupid, even though that's what they're typically known to do while you're in the water. Because unlike other Pikmin games, you can swim in this one. Nice. Glad my swimsuit is the exact same wear as my spacesuit. So you can go up and down in the water, thank God, and it does make exploration a little bit more interesting, I guess, to say the least. I know that's such a non-word, interesting, but hey, we'll go down here and we'll collect some of these and get introduced to new enemies, as well as new friends. Aw. Poor guys. So, blue Pikmin. Take it away, Dolphin. Water calls for blue Pikmin. Other kinds of Pikmin don't do well in the water, but, blue ones are just fine. We should always keep a few on hand for expeditions into watery areas. We don't really have any say in that, but that's alright. So, water fights. Typically, I kind of enjoy sending Pikmin off to kill enemies in the water, and ooh, okay, because they'll go directly back to you after you shoot them, but that dude just totally ate the hell out of that fish. And he'll eat your Pikmin too. It's kind of annoying, and they take forever to kill. I don't remember what their names are. It's like Grooby Grobble Eater Water Slug. They take so long to kill, and you have to wait for them to come up every time. And if you hit them 6 or 7 times, they'll go back under the water for longer amounts of time, so you're almost like punished for taking care of them. I would demonstrate killing one, but it just takes too long, and it honestly only gives you about 15 sparklium or something. It's not really even satisfying, but eventually we'll get our day in the sun. I'll tell you guys right now. But first, let's go and kill these guys. I think let's go left first, because this is actually a dead end with some more blue Pikmin. Yeah, I wouldn't go playing in the water when there's somebody there who wants to eat you. Man, those guys are just daredevils, jumping in the water, doing all of these sky-jiving tricks and waterboarding things. These are deep-sea divers of the highest caliber. I don't even know what to say. Over here we have this jerk again. And they're all different. There's just a ton of them just lurking underneath the water, but we've got ourselves another whistle. Will this upgrade ours? No. It's just called the Giga Whistle. Perfect. I'm glad it's so useless according to Olimar. Oh, and he killed that guy up there. Thank you so much. Gives me one less Pikmin to throw into the line of fire if you're just there to eat them anyways. Wonderful. Oh, and another treasure. Nice. This time it's toothpaste. Wonder how we get it. Actually, we just do this. Yeah, it's pretty simple. This game really suffers a lot from Occam's razor, and that's just the simplest solution is typically the correct one, and the only way. So collecting treasures doesn't even feel remotely satisfying, but we've got rocket polish, so we'll make sure to go use our dentine-ass Colgate on the outer ridges of our spaceship, and we'll be good. Ooh, let's go hide first. Are there friends in here? There is! How's it going, guys? Alright, here. Yeah, you see when he, convulses like that, that just shows that he's gonna stay under for a little bit longer, and you're free to explore these secret areas. Nice. Overall, water is not really too bad. Thank you for coming out. It's just kind of annoying with some of the enemies we'll be seeing. But go away, and thank you. See, just doing that over and over just seems really unappealing to me. Oof. And there's just a ton of obstacles and hazards in the water itself, more so than on land, I'd like to think. Alright, and we've got a couple more swimming over here. Wow, they're just kind of handing them to us. How's it going? Just hanging out, I guess. Alright, here's where we're gonna have to be a little bit careful and search for some caverns. I think this one's really obvious, but there's some mazes with these spiky urchins. I don't remember what these things are called either, but I can only imagine that it's not very clever. Oof, alright, let's keep on going. Eventually I will read some of the Piclopedia entries, because some of them are really still interesting. The writing in this game hasn't really gone down any, and we have to hurry because there's a giant one coming over here. It's going extremely slow though. Yeah. But we don't even have it unlocked right now. We can't look at the enemies, mostly because we still have to unlock it by way of Sparklium, which we unlock at 10,000, so that is our next upgrade. But for now, well, not our next one, but you know what I mean, once we get to 10,000. Sweet. Alright, this should be the last room. Here's our final bunch of Pikmin. And if I'm not mistaken, if we keep heading left... Ah, here we go. So this is our first instance of a Sparklium plant that will need to be destroyed and give us a set number of Sparklium seeds, I guess. So that was a wonderful 20, I think that was. And those are usually worth your time to destroy. Mostly because they just rain down on your head, and it's essentially a Sparklium bonanza. It's wonderful. If this guy was to stop being so detrimental to our progress, that'd be fantastic. We'll head this way, and that is our last treasure, but this guy, here he is. You can always see him by way of his dang bubbles. You think with all that oxygen he's excreting, he probably wouldn't live underwater, but that's alright. We'll go over here, and we'll collect our third treasure for the area. It's kind of interesting how orally centric all of these treasures were, right? The Berserker brush. That also is an ancient relic. I can't think of a single person who still uses electronic toothbrushes. I remember I had one when I was a kid, a literal 10-year-old ass kid, and I thought that guy just got himself 8. Like, damn dude, you're not very smart. Damn bitch, you stupid. But it's just, they seemed really unsatisfying, and I could never just get my teeth cleaned when I just let it sit there and like electrocute my mouth essentially. I don't know. But we made it to the end of the stage, none the wiser, with all of our Pikmin in tow, and all of the treasures collected. That is definitely a cause for celebration. I was half expecting my Armada to be completely consumed, but no, they're fine. Nice. Hopefully they didn't need to live in the water. We're just kind of taking them out, literally out of their element. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we got a pretty decent chunk there. Well, more than enough for our next upgrade. Sweet. So we got our first Pikmin, we got the whistle, the polish, and the brush. Awesome. And on top of that, we reached 6,000. Ah, Captain Olimar, I thought you might like to know that there's been some activity at Pikmin Park. Wonderful. Thanks for letting me know. I guess we'll go and situate that since we now have the blue Pikmin to introduce to the horde. Blue Pikmin have arrived in the park. They're such good swimmers that they can even explore underwater. Thanks, I could have already guessed that. And they found something in both areas. Nice. Let's take a look. Oh boy, how exciting. I'm happy to report that the Pikmin have found a stash of Sparklium seeds. This one will only yield 10 Sparklium, so it's not really worth our time, in all honesty. If not just to get this place completed. They still have a little bit more to explore. But the Fire Pikmin have also found 10 more Sparklium. Thank you. I'm glad that none of them happened to burn or explode at the sight of anything, but we're gonna go and reintroduce them to their respective areas. Nice, and the blues can also enter the east. There we go. Yeah. East side, west side, representing. It's kind of odd how they decided to line up on opposite ends of where they were going to meet, but whatever works for them, I guess. Alright. Captain Olimar, we're at 6,000 Sparklium now. Your hard work is starting to pay off, and that's not all. Are you guys ready for a redundant power-up? He's increased our energy gauge to 4 on our suit. A little more breathing room, that's nice. And once we reach 10,000, we'll get the bestiary, so that is probably more useful in my head. There's very rare circumstances where you're gonna find yourself hurting literally for health. So I'm not really too concerned about that. However, Serene's stream is definitely bound to make me eat my words. This level is a little frustrating because we're introduced to 2 new enemies and they're not fun. So welcome to the underground trash depository stream of land once again, where we get some really nice music, and we'll also get a couple more blue Pikmin to help us do our duties. And it won't be that terrible of a time, I hope. Okay, those spiky slug-ass spike rollers are probably one of my least favorite enemies up to this point so far. If they notice you, they will immediately roll up into a ball and spike into you and all of your Pikmin unless you get out of the way. And fortunately, this game is so predictable and consistent that usually if you know where they are, you'll be able to handle them pretty easily, but it just sucks when you're going through and they appear out of nowhere and then it's like, bam, gotcha suckers. Ugh. Let's go head over here and get ourselves, I guess this would be our first treasure, right? With another Mokwi. I forgot to look up what they were called again, but our Mokiwi, I guess. I don't know. They're the same. The yellow and the purple have the same names for some reason. Our first treasure does happen to be an attitude adjuster. Looks like a little small... Is that even an engagement ring? I don't know. I feel like it'd be a little more valuable than that. But that's alright. See you later. You can stay stuck there forever. You're gonna have one of the most gruesome deaths in this entire game. And I'm sorry to say that it's very satisfying. Nice, and they all stuck the landing. These are the Olympic swimmers right here. So this is another instance of those slugs with the spikes. We'll just go let them come at us. Weird, okay. You didn't notice us as soon as I thought. Huh, alright, well that was a little more easy than I thought it would be. Usually they're very aggressive and they'll come at you just with the bloodlust of 1,000 sharks in their eyes. It's crazy. And when you're going on these streams like this, you have to be a little careful because enemies will start following you and you're gonna have to run through all the slowdown, all the frame drops because you're playing on an old system that can't handle this game. And check it out. These things can't swim, so he drowns immediately, and it's so depressing. I didn't get a good shot of him there, because I didn't want to die from these dang fish mongrels, but we'll get another opportunity to drown one of these guys. Don't worry, don't get near me, please. You don't normally have to kill all of the enemies here, I just do it for my own peace of mind. Just stay away, let me be. Oh god, they're everywhere. Alright, this guy actually, I think we probably want to get rid of. Unless he's in a spiked form, he's really useless, but in the water, when they can drop down in slow motion, it's like you're seeing your death at 24 frames a second, and it's the worst. Oh, and we have more friends here. Nice, I didn't realize we were so close. Huh. Alright. Well, we will go take all of these, and yes, that was 20. Perfect. Alright, so we might need to consult with the map to make sure that we have the caverns that we need to enter. Should be this one right over here. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a dickish room. No, this isn't the one. Alright, well that's fine. There's a couple areas where those spiked urchin balls, those giant ones, will be puppy guarding the doors. And if you enter it, leave it, and then re-enter, they do have a tendency to work on a universal cycle so that they're still moving as you're playing through the level, and I hope I got all of my friends down there. Don't want them to drown. I think I missed one. Yeah, they're gonna be complaining, damn it. But if you happen to enter the room while they're hovering in front of the door, they will take out literally everyone in your squad, including Olimar. You will just get comboed, and really? Again? Who did I not pick up? I'm sorry for making fun of your room, but it is a valid complaint I have. Thank you. If I left you hanging out there too long, he would just die of loneliness. I'm sorry. Alright, Mokiwi, third time's the charm. Listen, I know we've had our differences in the past, and you got some pretty cool hair now, but that's not gonna stop me from taking you out. Don't worry, this is unnecessary evil. There we go. For quelling this fabulous Mokiwi, we've got ourselves a bottle opener, the Unstrung Racket. I don't understand what that is, but alright, I'll take it. Unstrung Racket. Cool. Alright, we're done with this. It might be in a later level that I'm thinking of, but it's just one of those things that's annoying. And this guy right here, he can sometimes appear on the ledge right next to the door. I'm surprised he did not there, but I'm really glad that he didn't as well. So he's down there, we don't have to worry about him, and we can continue forward. The last treasure we need, I think, needs at least 12 Pikmin, and if you've lost more than 4 at this point, you probably are SOL, since this is kind of the beginning of the stages where if you go too far in a stage, you can't backtrack completely, and way to go, fellas. Just fall straight down. I really hope they didn't slip back into the water. They're nowhere to be found. Hi, yeah, don't go back in there. Not if you know what's good for you. Awesome. So we're very near the end of the stage, and I think I might need to end off the recording after this. I was hoping to get through at least World 3, but the other stages might have to wait. My throat is not doing too well right now. I don't know what it is. It's the weather, man. It's too hot. It's definitely sweater weather, but at the same time, not quite. So we'll go drop down over here. Oof. And make it back. How's it going, guys? Thanks for waiting for me. Let's go. And yes, this would happen to be the final room. Cool. So we're gonna head left here, and this will give us a pink Razer cell phone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will take that indeed. Just wanna bring it on down here, not into the water. Damn, you guys just ruined it. So this one is the Work-Life Imbalancer. Damn straight it is. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. When I was a kid, my friend actually gave me a pink Nintendo DS Lite, and I rocked that thing for years. Oh, it's these things. That's not good. And that's kind of what that reminds me of, because they look pretty identical. I have a lot of memories of Guitar Hero DS, of all things, on that. And how I... It was weird. Well, I didn't mean to scare the bread bugs off. Although I guess I really didn't want them around either. So let's get rid of them, shall we? Just go away. Ugh. Yes. And here's our final batch of Pikmin. Beautiful. Come on down, guys. The water's fine. Oh, and Neighbor even brought me a heart. Okay, so this is one where I would just recommend running, unless you actually want to fight the Mokiwi. But for the most part, it's not really necessary. These guys, maybe. Just to get them out of the way, but don't worry about collecting too much of the Sparkliums, especially if you have death present behind you. We'll just go ahead and run away from those suckers, and hope that the Pikmin aren't dumb enough to just hang around in the path. Ah, get down! And watch him suffer. Oh, God. Just the way they have their eyes closed and they stop moving is saddening almost. I don't know. But we beat the level. Oh. I really don't feel like that's a cause for celebration, but we made it out in one piece, and none of our Pikmin died, so that's a victory in my book. Therefore, that's a victory in Olimar's notepad. And wow, alright, we got 900 Sparklium out of that one stage. That was a really good haul, even though it just brought us up infinitesimally, but we collected all 3 treasures, and I think that would just about do it for this episode of Hey Pikmin. That feels very strange to say, but you know what? I'm satisfied. We took our first dive into the verdant waterfront, and we completed the first 2 stages of said area. Next time on Hey Pikmin, we will be entering the glowing bloom pond, complete with alternate exits and side paths that we're probably gonna do next time. Give them a look when you're able, thank you. I will keep doing that redundant robot. But that'll wait until next time as we're reintroduced to more bread bugs and yellow Pikmin floating on what appears to be nothing. Good to know, game. My name's Allison Cruz, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Damn this game.